Healing your bowel and body with this unique healing program eliminates anemia in a way that crutches, diets, supplements, exercise, chiropractic, massage, acupuncture, etc. cannot do. One of the most common causes of anemia is too much acidity in your blood. Remember, if your blood becomes too acidic, that's dangerous. One of the ways that your body protects you against that acidity is it attaches it to oxygen. To get adequate oxygen, your lymphatic system, especially your spleen, will create or produce more iron and use that iron to oxygenate your blood. So if the blood's acidic, to get the oxygen up to buffer those acids, your body can use up iron to do that. I hope that's clear. With this program, two big things are happening. One, we are eliminating acids. Remember, very few programs, if any of them, do that. They shove the acids in the organs, they buffer them with a bunch of supplements, manipulate them with herbs and diet and exercise, etc. But with this program, we're actually eliminating the acids that cause the low oxygen and low iron levels in the first place. Unlike most of those programs, this program also heals your lymphatic system. So in order to be anemic, you actually have to have excess acidity in your blood, but there also has to be a weakness in your lymphatic system for that to occur. So with this program, you heal the lymph system so that even if at some point your blood does get too acidic, you don't get that low iron or anemia as a result. Healing your bowel with this program helps eliminate anemia because, of course, one of the main functions of your gut bacteria, which you're healing with this program, is to eliminate the acids that cause low oxygen and low iron levels. If you have anemia, you certainly can take iron. In fact, if you take an iron supplement, I would strongly recommend that you take one from the health food store or a similar place and make sure it's a chelated iron. So be careful of some prescription iron and other iron from, say, a discount grocery or large store. Make sure it's a chelated iron. Most of you will find that you have to take a lot more than the bottle says to alleviate your anemia. The concept of needing more and the fact that that's massively safe is covered in my books Unique Healing and Unique Healing 2. But what might surprise you is that I have had a number of clients eliminate their anemia, and you can do this too without ever taking any excess iron, but simply by using the body bentonite and the calcium citrate. Now, these products will eliminate your anemia if you use them correctly, and to be sure you do, refer to my books, Unique Healing and Unique Healing 2. Body bentonite eliminates acids from your body, so it eliminates the acids that cause the low oxygen and low iron levels in the first place. Calcium citrate, of course, doesn't eliminate acids, but it buffers them. And by buffering them, you take the stress off this system to have to create more oxygen. So your body doesn't use up as much iron to create more oxygen because we don't have all those acids to protect in the first place. You do not need to use iron to eliminate anemia. Some of the other misunderstandings about anemia, and a couple of these maybe aren't directly to do with anemia, but have to do with iron. I'm going to mention them here because I think it's an appropriate place to do so. And I mention them here because with the recommendation to take extra iron, sure enough, it's these wrong fears and misunderstandings that are going to come up that might prevent you from succeeding with that recommendation. One of them is that you will be told by your medical doctor that if your blood levels of iron are high, that you need to take a lot less iron. That is absolutely not true, and it's the exact opposite advice of what you should do. I will tell you that in 100% of the clients that I've worked with who've had high iron levels in their blood, who have followed my advice and taken very large quantities of iron, have seen their iron levels come back into normal. They've lowered. They haven't gotten higher. They've actually gotten to lower, healthier ranges. In a sense, what's happening when the iron levels are too high is your body is massively acidic, your immune system is really unhealthy and stressed out, and it's like it's this stress response. Your body's dumping tons of iron into the blood to try to oxygenate it. Everything's kind of haywire, the lymph system's haywire, the blood is highly acidic, it's dangerous, and your body's just desperately trying to keep that in balance, and as a result you see a ton of iron showing up in the blood. When you take extra iron as a supplement, you buffer, you oxygenate the blood, you buffer the acids, and you stop that stress response from your lymph system to secrete all that excess iron. I I know that sounds maybe a little crazy, but it does work. If you have high blood iron levels, it's not a good thing. That only happens when your systems are pretty unhealthy and you have a lot of acidity. So you should take that seriously. You need to do this program even more than the person who has low blood iron levels, quite frankly. And in fact, that kind of leads to my second misunderstanding, which is that you might also hear that excess iron causes heart disease or cancer, and that is not true. There has been an observation that in some cases of cancer and heart disease, the people who have those conditions have high blood iron levels. But to assume that the blood iron causes those conditions is incorrect and premature and shouldn't be allowed to be done. If there's a hypothesis that those two things cause the other, one causes the other, that the iron causes the condition, then there needs to be studies done where lots of people are given tons of iron, all of the variables are controlled for, and we see if there's more cancer or heart disease. What happens is, as I stated earlier, when you have high blood iron, you're really unhealthy. That only happens when your organs are really unhealthy. And when your organs are really unhealthy, you are much more likely to have cancer and heart disease. So it's the unhealthy body that causes those. It's not the high iron levels. No way. That's not true. There are other reasons besides excess acidity that you can have anemia. It can be caused by excess bleeding, super heavy periods, internal bleeding from injuries or other problems. So if you take my instructions with the bentonite and the calcium correctly, as according to my books, and you still have an iron anemia problem, if you will, then that certainly would warrant some further investigation through your medical doctor to figure out if there's some internal bleeding causing that. In my experience, in the almost 20 years I've done this, I've never had a client where internal bleeding or excess bleeding was the cause of the anemia. We've always been able to correct it with excess, reducing the excess acidity, but certainly, that could happen. But still, for most of you, if you get the acidity level down, you're going to have the anemia improve. You're going to have your iron levels go up. For more information on these concepts, refer to my books. You will find a specific section in my second book, Unique Healing 2, on anemia. And you can find more information on this program, as well as more videos to assist you, and information on scheduling an appointment if needed at www.uniquehealing.com. And I hope that helps.